I put together a list, a few things you're going to need when you're crossing Newfoundland by ATV. Let's go over a couple of them right now. Start at the back and work our way to the front. Storage. I had a bag in here, a bag in here. Two like gym bag styles. This one's a little bigger for her, obviously. That's really all you need. We had a wet bag down here, and we had some little more heavier clothes, extra pair of shoes, and rain gear, whatever else you want to throw in there. But your everyday stuff you're going to be wearing and pulling out of here and going into your hotel or cabin. Make sure they're separate. 2 bags are great, and make sure they're somewhere dry. Fuel. 10 liters of fuel. We didn't use it, but you need it. There was one instance where we just got to the garage in time. Small garage in the middle of nowhere. There's a great chance that you're going to cut a tire. Could be just a puncture, right? Take a plug kit with you, take a compressor, jab that thing, and you're on your way. If you slice a sidewall on a rock or drive a rail spike through here, the holes, some of them holes are like that. I've seen guys putting 9 tire plugs in a hole trying to plug it and still a slow leak. Get yourself a spare. You're going to be stranded in the middle of nowhere, and trust me, you don't want that. The reason I wanted this is because some of the trails are narrow, so when we go exploring down into the lakes and up into the mountains, some of those trails you can't get turned around because there's trees on either side of you, right? You may have to hack at a tree, 2-3 trees, to get your machine backed up, turned around in case you got to turn around on trail. Fire extinguisher mandatory in some parts. I like it because, well, it looks cool though. No, but it's you should have one. These things get hot. You don't know what could happen. Someone else could run into a problem. You'll be able to help them out, or you might put a brush fire out. Who knows? I don't know. But get one. They're cheap, man. Make something up. You know, use your head. First aid kit. Make sure someone has one. If you don't have one, make sure your buddy got one. You know, I had a few little things put together, but one of the guys we were traveling with had a great kit, so I didn't bother too much. But had a couple of little doodads up here, light things, and a bottle of ibuprofen, stuff like that. Booster cables, a little bit of spare oil, compressor, tire kit, repair kit. I got a bungee in there, fuses, you know, different assortment of fuses and all that, in case you run into an issue with something. Make sure you got your little tool kit, and I'll tell you why in a minute. 17 mil socket. I just stuck this in here with these to keep it from rattling. And this socket here is 13/16. It fits the spare. So remember that. I could pop my tire off, but I couldn't get my spare off without this. So keep those little things in mind. So I had a relay go, you know, quarter way into the trip. And I had to take my screws out of here and a bolt. And just pop the cover off my fuse panel and tap on the relay, and away we went. So I got to get a relay, but yeah, have yourself a little kit. Most kits, I know this one, I can almost take this whole machine apart with it. So make sure you got something with you. I'm not sure what else we could check off there. You know, I mean, use your head, use your common sense. Duck over to Patrick's channel, East Coast ATV. He's the godfather of ATVing across Newfoundland. So is Frank Zink. But Patrick's channel, East Coast ATV, he has a webpage with all the maps, GPS, tons of information, tons of 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 10-day, whatever adventures you want to go on, and it'll really help you out a lot. Bookings, hotel bookings, cabin bookings, campgrounds, whatever it is wherever it is you're going to stay, make sure you're booked up accordingly, time-wise, right? So give yourself enough time, 6 hours running during the day. You know, depends on what time you get up. 6 hours is good. Sometimes it can run in 8 hours, depending on how adventurous you want to get in between towns. But make sure the hotel knows you're going to be late. Sometimes the office closes early, and you won't get in. So if you can contact them ahead of time, hours ahead of time, and get the code for your room, or let the guy know maybe you're going to be late, and they can meet you there. They're great people. They'll help you out. but they can't help you out if they don't know what you're up to or if you're going to show up at all. So make sure you get that straightened away. And there's no service in some areas, so make sure they know you're coming. And since we're talking about service, some of the GPS is a little funny, so make sure you do your homework, especially between Deer Lake and Corner Brook, because the GPS, there's no service. You cannot call your hotel. You probably won't get on your regular GPS app on your phone. Make sure you got something reliable, download it, and it wouldn't even hurt to have a little hand map and mark where you're going to go and a couple of different ways out, and at least you'll have that. So when you come to an intersection, you're wondering, oh shit, do I turn right, do I turn left, do I go straight? You'll have a general idea that where you're going to go, and save yourself a lot of headache and time. Cash. Make sure you got cash on hand. There's a couple of spots that never took debit or Visa. They wanted cash. So make sure you got cash on hand for fuel, food, anything else you may need to buy. Ice. Buy ice at every stop, whether you need it or not. The coolers aren't going to last on these machines. They're going to get hot in the bed. This bed here, anybody that's familiar with side-by-sides, the cabs are outrageously hot. And this one is not a dump box, so there's no space. You sit right on the motor. There's a little heat shield. Exhaust is there. This gets hot. The bottom of the cooler gets crazy hot, and you're going to want lots of ice because it's going to melt quick. So make sure you ice up with lots of refreshments. A lot of times in these small towns, they have a lot of festivals and different things going on, and they'll just go around and buy every bit of ice that's available. So we ran into that problem. They never had enough ice. So we ended up going to the fish plant in Cox Cove. We got ice down there. And there was a Tim Hortons in Deer Lake, I believe. We couldn't get ice in Deer Lake, and we went over to Tim Hortons, and the manager of Tim Hortons supplied us, with some ice. So keep that in mind. If you need ice, and trust me, it's important. Don't be scared to ask. You are in Newfoundland, and people will help you out like no other. Keep that in mind, okay? Don't be afraid to ask, because they will help. Make sure your fluids are changed. This has a gearbox, so I put fresh gear oil in the gearbox. I did the diffs, and I changed the engine oil. Make sure you at least change the engine oil, okay? The diffs and the gearbox will take a lot more abuse than your engine oil will, but check it for water at least. If you're not going to change it for the trip, check your gearbox for foam. You'll get that white. If you get water in there and gear oil, it's going to mix to like a milk. And check your two diffs, check your gearbox. If it takes gear oil, at least do that. But change your engine oil. That's very important. We did 1,200 kilometers of extreme climbing through water, traveling, low speeds, high speeds, everything, right? There's a lot of demand put on the engine and the gear systems. So make sure if you're up there in mileage on your machine, probably wouldn't hurt to take a belt if you're belt driven. Most machines are these days. Rubber band transmissions are very popular, and so I had 1,000 kilometers on when I left. I knew I was okay. There's a dealership in Corner Brook. I could have got a belt, but I was fine. So if you're up 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 kilometers on your machine, and you're going to be making a big trip, if you're not going to change out your belt, at least have one with you, and the knowledge to fix it on the trail when you tear one to shreds, because they do get hot. Here's the video of us getting on the boat. We're here in the parking lot. We're all waiting for one more guy to show up, and then we're going to head onto the boat. We got two couples there from New Brunswick. They did the trail 15 years ago with this Kubota, and he's doing it again 15 years later. Woo! We all ready for Newfoundland 2023?
Yeah, I'm scared to.
Me too. Hi guys.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Oh, that one's
Perfect. Hey guys, I'm with Daryl from Ontario and his group, the Midlife Crisis Club. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
MLCC for short.
Yeah.
MLC. So what brought you guys this way? What's
Adventure.
Just the adventure?
Yeah,
Something easy to do?
that's right.
How you know it's going to be easy though? That's the...
We don't.
It's nice to meet you all. You're all from Ontario?
yeah. Where are you from?
Here? Cape Breton, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So- Let's give them the nickel tour. We got a bed, we got a room with a view. And if we turn around and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, we're to the door. And our little bathroom, shower, toilet. Pretty snazzy, eh?
It's awfully inexpensive for
Hey little buddy, you want to look out the window? There you go.
Oh, don't.